Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Capital City Sports. I'm your host, Justin Walsh. Now, although this past week we celebrated Halloween, let's hope things didn't get too scary for Gamecock athletics. Let's see how it all went down on this week's episode. This past Friday, our very own Dylan Clark and Zach McKinstry were on location in Irmo for Cock Hockey as the Gamecocks took on probably their most anticipated match of the season, where they faced off against Clemson. Let's check out how it went.
Tonight from the Plex in Irmo, the Gamecock Hockey Club took on the visiting Clemson Tigers and won the second leg of the Palmetto Cup Series by a score of 5-2. The Gamecocks thank their win to the outstanding play of rookies Julian Reese and Mike Bolger, as well as their goaltender who backstopped them to an all-important conference victory. The Gamecocks turn their attention next weekend to Wake Forest as they've improved to 9-1 on the season. For Capital City Sports, I'm Dylan Clark.
Thank you, Dylan and Zach, and make sure you keep up with Cock Hockey as the team takes on Appalachian State this coming Friday. Now, earlier this week, our very own Ton Santinello represented Capital City Sports and SGTV at the National Media College Convention in Washington, D.C. While there, Tom got the chance to attend the Washington Nationals parade as they celebrated their first ever World Series victory.
After losing star outfielder Bryce Harper, many expected the Washington Nationals to take a step back this season, but fans are here to celebrate the team's first World Series championship after they stunned the Houston Astros in Game 7 earlier in the week.
In a city deprived of baseball greatness for years, the fans made sure to bask in the moment. Fans lined up by the thousands for the championship celebration. The team made its way through the nation's capital on Constitution Avenue. At each stop, players and staff were showered with cheers. The Nationals championship run was marked by comeback victories and clutch hitting. Nobody embodied this more than potential NL MVP Anthony Rendon, who had home runs in 3 consecutive elimination games. The dominant pitching duo of Max Scherzer and World Series MVP Steven Strasburg were also instrumental in making today's festivities possible. For an organization that's only been in DC for 15 seasons, its first World Series title has the potential to lead the Nationals into years of success. Fans were thrilled to attend the team's first World Series parade, but they certainly hope it's far from the last.
Odds makers have the Nationals listed as 10-1 favorites to repeat as champions next year. But fans will enjoy this one while they can. For Capital City Sports, I'm Tom Santinello.
Thank you so much, Tom. I'm sure this all must have been quite exciting for you to see, as well as all of Washington, D.C. Now, this past week, all of USC was ringing in homecoming all over campus, but on Saturday, David Newcomb was at Williams-Brice Stadium to cover the biggest event of the week as South Carolina took on Vanderbilt in the annual homecoming football game.
Thanks, Justin. After a loss on the road last week to the Tennessee Volunteers, the South Carolina Gamecocks looked to bounce back at home against the 2-win Vanderbilt Commodores to keep their bowl hopes alive. It was homecoming at Williams-Brice as the Vanderbilt Commodores, coming off their big win against Missouri, came in to face the Carolina Gamecocks. It seemed like the Vanderbilt offense could not move the ball on the first drive as the Gamecock defense came out the gate strong, but then Riley Neal connected with Cam Johnson to put the Commodores up 7-0. After a scoreless first quarter, Carolina quickly began to take command of the game. Freshman Xavier Leggett scored his first career touchdown on a 20-yard catch to tie the game at 7. After forcing a 3-and-out, Carolina came right back, tossing the ball to another freshman, Kevin Harris, for a 1-yard touchdown run to give the Gamecocks their first lead of the game. Carolina would go into the half with a 14-7 lead and a momentum on their side. Brian Edwards continued his dominant season as he tied the school record for most receptions in a single game with 14. He had lots of help from Ryan Helinski, who put up 235 passing yards while connecting with 7 different receivers. The Gamecock defense never let up, and in the second half they started ball hawking. R.J. Roderick picked off Deuce Wallace, giving Helinski and the offense great field position. Helinski would then connect with Brian Edwards once again, this time for a 25-yard touchdown, increasing South Carolina's lead 21-7. But the Gamecock defense wasn't done. This time, T.J. Brunson would haul in the interception after the ball was tipped into the air. Carolina comes away with a dominating 24-7 victory. Catch the Gamecocks back in action next week at home as they face off against the Appalachian State Mountaineers, who are coming off their first loss of the season. Back to you, Justin.
Thank you so much, David. Let's hope the Gamecocks can keep it all together as they go on to face Appalachian State next Saturday. Now, even though we didn't get the chance to cover every event happening this week, don't you worry, because our very own Alexa Daly is here to give us the inside scoop on what's going on with the rest of Gamecock athletics. Alexa?
Thanks, Justin. I'm Alexa Daly, and we had a busy week, and I'm here to get you guys caught up on all things Gamecocks athletics. Men's basketball defeated Columbia International in their first exhibition game, winning 87-50. A.J. Lawson led all scorers with 23 points, and the Gamecocks will take on their first regular season game this Wednesday against North Alabama in the Colonial Life Arena. The 8th-ranked women's soccer team traveled to Auburn and defeated the Tigers 2-0. The Gamecocks have been undefeated in SEC play with wins for the third time in 4 seasons. The 2 points came from Alexa Barr and Anna Patton. Women's basketball defeated North Georgia in their first exhibition game, winning 112-48. The win was led by senior Ty Harris. The ladies will take on their first regular season game this Tuesday versus Alabama State. The equestrian team defeated the number 2 ranked Texas A&M 10-9. Grady Lyman and Caroline Bald were both awarded Most Outstanding Players for flat and fences, respectively. The men's soccer team defeated FIU with Brian Hanahan's 51st minute goal on senior night. The Gamecocks won 1-0. The volleyball team swept LSU 3-0. This is the 3rd straight win for the Gamecocks. This win was led by Michaela Shields, who had 17 kills for the day and a .640 hitting percentage. That's everything for this week. I'm Alexa Daly. Back to you, Justin.
All right, thank you so much, Alexa, and that'll do it for us here on this week's episode of Capital City Sports. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at CCS on SGTV, and make sure you're back here next Monday for another episode. For Capital City Sports, I'm Justin Walsh.